In this lesson, we're going to take a look at one of Max 8's major new features, which is XREF objects. We've had XREF objects before, but in this release, the XREF objects have been recoded from the ground up. This should be a very robust XREF system for 3ds Max. Open the file treexrefstart.max. You'll see that this file has a tree, which is a parametric foliage object. And we're going to XREF into this scene some additional objects. So we'll go to File, XREF Objects. It will bring up the XREF Objects dialog. Through this window, we can manage different XREFs and different scenes. Let's take a look at the interface before we go and grab any objects. The first thing we want to look for is this modifiers dropdown, and this lets us judge how the different modifiers are going to be handled when you XREF an object. If we choose to merge them, then we'll be able to access the modifiers in the scene for that object. In this case, we're going to just XREF them. Choose the XREF record from File button, and this will prompt us to choose a file from where we can XREF objects, and open the file applefinal.max. From here, we can choose two objects. We have the apple stick and the apple body, and we can choose them both. Now we have the name of the file and the two objects that we're XREFing from this scene. We can continue to open different files if we want, or we can delete an XREF record right from here. We can also force an update, merge into scene the objects in the XREF record, or convert the selected objects. You can disable or enable the XREFs in the scene, as well as include all objects. Down in the objects list, we have the name of the objects we're XREFing, their source, the type of objects, and the type of reference they are. Basically, we get the object in the scene. You can select and move your apple, as well as the apple stem, and it's just like a regular Max object, but when you go to the Modify panel, it's displayed as an XREF object, and it has some different parameters to adjust there. In Proxy Object, you can set the object so that it uses a different object to display in this scene. You can get one from another scene, or even from just a different object that's in this scene. And you can continue to clone and instance this object throughout the scene, and you'll see that there's still XREF objects, and you can place as many as you like in the scene. If we go back into XREF objects, you'll see now that there are two instances of the object in the scene. This is the basic workflow for XREFing objects in 3ds Max 8.